Okay, in progress. Hare Krishna, everybody. So, the beginning of this one. Welcome. I'm so glad to see some of the familiar faces, some new faces here, and I love this little intimate group. Great. We have a lot of intensive. So today, or at least this class, we're going to go for a little different. We're going to go for Radha, and that will be a completely different challenge. And we'll address all those things. So, so today, we're gonna that we really focus on drawing just today. Draw this and do review some elements, basic elements again. And even if you've heard it before, I've heard it before, I've done it before, 50 years worth. And it's still important, it's still relevant, it's like exercise. I said this. So excuse me for repeating myself, but this is important. All this repetition and all that is really important. So like I said in the past, it is like exercise. You just do, you repeat and you do, and things become familiar. You're training your muscles in your brain and your eyes and your hands are all, so they all work together to do what you want. And just like with exercise or dance or music, you have to repeat and do those, sometimes things you're not so keen on, like it's kind of boring or I've done it before. You have to do it and try to find the joy in it. That's what I would say so many times. This doodle stuff, do it. You're just exercising your hands. You're always like training yourself to always be on. You're always looking, observing, and thinking about it and all that. It's really fun. I really hope I communicate that. And I'm going to keep repeating it because I find it fun. It's truly, they say devotional service should be joyfully performed. This is really, I'm telling you, this is gold. I've said it before, it's like prasadam. It's like eating prasadam. It's joyful, it's happy. You don't have to convince anybody. It really is. So I hope you absorb some of that and just carry it on. Even you don't have to do amazing masterpieces and big deal things. That's okay. It will bring, it can be your private kirtan, your private bhajan and your private japa. That for me, this is my japa. This is where I enter and come somewhere else. Much more for me personally. That's where I get connected, where where my attention, my mind, my heart is grabbed. Krishna grabs it there. And I'm very grateful that there's something. So you're all here. So it's part of your DNA as well. So just expand on it. Okay. And so these 4 days we're going to expand on it. Any questions or any thoughts first? We can also address that.
So during this workshop, we're going to complete one.
Yes. And if you don't complete, no worries. But we will. Yes. So today we'll be drawing. So here's our model. This was a lovely girl from Mayapur. And you know who she is? Okay, what was her name? She was very sweet. She was like 12 or something. Anyway, if it comes, she must be in her 20s now. But so this will be our foundation. She's just the model. She's not, you're not going to do portraits of her at all. So the reason I selected this one, first of all, it's absolutely charming. Her pose is charming, and you know her expression is charming. But also there's interest right away. There's light and dark interest. I always look for that in my compositions. You could probably see a pattern. Some people just do very straight on and fully lit, and I find that not interesting. And then there's another school of thought. People go, well, Christians self-effulgent, they're all glowing, and hey, they all have to be light. I absolutely do not follow that. I feel from what I've absorbed and read, in the spiritual world, there's everything. There's light, there's dark, there's variety, unlimited variety, there's mystery, and magic, and the way we think that should be is not necessarily the way it is. We think, oh, if it's effulgent, it must be light bulbs everywhere. I don't know about that. From the stories in the past, I'm like, so they're hiding. How are they hiding if they're all light bulbs? It doesn't, not logical to me. So I've always approached it that there's hidden things, and to evoke that in the viewer. Your job, my job, is to bring in the viewer. I take it very personally that it's also to bring myself in, as I've always felt I want to do these paintings because I want to see Krishna. I want to see these pastimes visually because I'm a visual person, so I want to see them. And I'm not exactly satisfied with what's available. So hey, I got to try it myself. I see amazing classic paintings, beautiful paintings, and I always notice I'm drawn into them. And that experience I want to create, I want to experience myself. I want to look at a painting of Krishna and gaze at it and think about it for, get lost in it. That's what I want. So I am trying every time I approach even a drawing or anything. I always think, is it working for me? Is it moving me? Me, I'm the first critic right there. Is it doing that for me? Because if it's not doing it for me, it's certainly, I don't think, going to do it for anybody. Not honestly. And anyway, so this will be our challenge today. And so there's lovely lighting. And I was talking with this Ananda. So we have Ananda here and then Ananda on the other side. That part of the face, the dark side, actually gets lost. It's almost like, you can't decipher, it's not clear. There's a lot of faded, and at first I was, oh yeah. But then on second thought, it's actually helpful because we don't want to get distracted with the details. I've found over the years of doing these classes, that was always a thing I had to hold back, or bring out to everybody, to pretty much everybody. Everyone wants to do the fun stuff, the little details, the gopi dots, jewelry or something, that's like so down the line. So this very general light and dark will be a good exercise in getting the basics immediately. That's what we want. The large areas, this whole very important, helpful squint. I squint all the time while I'm painting or doing stuff. Is it working? Is the impression of it coming out? The basic thing. So that can be kind of like, oh, it's no fun. Just like when you're building a building and it's, you have to go through the foundation, and then they put up, the framing, and it's like months before you get to the good stuff and get to pick out the carpet or something fun or put in the furniture. It takes so long. But this without that foundation and the structure, you got nothing. It'll just collapse and it'll be big mush. So, and also what we are doing in these classes, which you are all familiar, you know, it's definitely an approach, specific kind of approach to devotional art that I got imbibed, you know, that I was instructed, that I already came with that type of attitude before becoming a devotee, but it fit perfectly. That Prabhupada wanted realism, not just that, oh, that looks kind of nice. It looks believable, just like, saying it again, Bhagavad Gita as it is. He's not talking theoretically or abstractly. He's saying Krishna was here, he's speaking this right now, right then to Arjuna with directions and instructions on, you know, or that these pastimes happen. Here's the place in Vrindavan when Krishna jumped off into the Jamuna and onto Kalia. Here's where the Rasa dance at. Here's these places. So to me, it happened. How would it be to really see it, to really visualize it and present it? So here we're trying to gather some skills to be able to do that. So there's so many lovely ways really of presenting Krishna, but here this is my my dharma, and I'm hoping to share a little bit of that with you. Okay, so that because wherever you decide to go from here, it's all good. You know, you'll just get other dimensions, and however you decide to use it, it's all personal. But I think there's some good tools and stuff that we can get together. Okay. Okay, are we done? Okay. Okay. First, we're going to start drawing basic. I guess I'm going to go. Oh, okay. Do I have a thing? Oh, yes. Thank you.
I have a few more. Let me grab them.
Okay.
Just grab.
So how I would